All right then. So since we got our successfully got our customer details informations over here, so now what we need to do is we need to create an order. So I'm going to create a separate method over here like const create order. So let me copy and paste that, and then I can explain you a bit. Let me copy it and let me paste it over here. So you can see this is the cart create order which we're gonna create it, which is going to store all our informations into our own database, the place where we are. So create order, we are sending the customer information which we have in our hand, and we are sending the data which we're having in our hand, and along with that we are sending the response also. So here add one more thing, end, to avoid unwanted issue. Okay, so if you expand this, you can see what's the duty of this function. See, calling writable end method signals that no more data will be returned to the writable options to avoid unwanted issues for future. So just add this link, add this end function over there. So now we're going to create an order. So then this is the order ID that we're going to create, and this is the data I'm going to create, intent ID. We need the intent ID which is coming from your data ID. This is that ID, intent ID. Then we're going to create our own order ID. Then amount, basically this is the total amount, and created, when it's created you can get that created from here. And payment method, what is the payment method that the customer used it, so you can get that payment method from the payment method types over here. And what is the status, whether it is paid or not. And you can get the customer information from the customer details. If you go up there, you can get the customer details. Then we can get the shipping details information from the shipping details. We having this user ID from the customer object inside the customer metadata. If you go there, where is the customer, here is the customer. See, inside the customer metadata we have that user ID, and inside the metadata we have that cart information, and inside the customer metadata itself we have the total. So we added everything, and by default we are setting the status as preparing. That means we are preparing the order. So we are going to store it in the order collections orders, and we're going to create that order ID, and we're going to set this data. So once it's done, of course we need to delete this cart item. We need to make this cart item empty. So we're going to create one more method to delete that cart item. So I just created this console log to make sure where this is going and how these details are processing and everything. So I'm going to create this, call this delete cart also. I'm going to paste it over here. So delete cart, for the delete cart I'm getting the customer meta user ID, and then I'm sending the cart information. I'm parsing the JSON because that is a string data. Over here we having this is a string data. See, it's a string. So we need to parse that data by using json.parse, and we send the detail to the delete cart. Okay, so now we have that item as well as the user ID, and of course I'm going to delete that. I'm going to map each and every icon inside that item. I'm going to map it. If I have more than 2 items, I can map it, and I can delete that item from the products table. Okay, so make sure this cart items and the items are same. Let's scroll up a bit, and we can go up and we can figure it out. Cart items and the items both are same, so all these functions are same. Let's save these changes. If everything is working fine, now once the payment is successfully done, let's go to the checkout success. Now we'll give the checkout options, fill the details, and give the numbers, and 444, click pay. Once this is done, now what will happen is the data order will be created, and the data will be successfully deleted from our database. So data is created, and now data order is not yet, data order is created, but the delete card, I think the data is not deleted. Let's go ahead and see whether Firestore database whether, let's see whether the order is created or not. No, the order is also not created. So why is that? So we call this create order. Create order is called over here. It's printed. It's printed the data. So let's stop this and let's print. Let's make sure console.log inside the orders, and let's copy this and let's paste it over here inside delete. Save the changes. Let's refresh this. Since the order is not created, that means of course it's not going to delete as well. So there is some mistakes. Let's refresh the changes. Let's go here and refresh the changes. Let's stop the server and rerun the server. Refresh the changes. All right, now we have the cart. Let's give a try one more time. Check out. Fill the details and everything over here. Oops, this is a number, mobile number. So click the pay option. So now over here it's authenticating. It's showing inside the orders and still it's processing. It's processed. Okay, it's coming inside the order, but the order shouldn't, it's the delete order, it should not, it's not waiting. It's not waiting, that's the problem. But we already created as the await option over here. So what we need to do, let's try it one more time. Why it's not waiting? So every time it is authenticating. I'm not sure why it's authenticating, because when I'm practicing it was not happening like that. It's delaying that time over there. Click the pay option. So now see that authenticating inside the orders, and we are getting some errors. See, inside the orders we get the details, and it's inside the delete, and it's deleted the order. And if you go to your, and you can see the cart is empty now. And if you go here, if you go to the file store database, click the file store database and refresh this, you should be able to see your orders. You can see the orders, and the cart items is deleted because our cart is now empty. See, our cart is now empty, and inside the orders you can see all the informations which you want to see, like basically the the amount, what is the amount, customer details, and the item details, and the payment method, and the shipping address. So we successfully stored our details in the orders database, and as well as we made the payment successful also. So the next thing what we need to do is to create the orders and to display the orders inside the admin dashboard, and as the same way the user can able to see the orders as well. So let's go ahead and create that.